She's not back, she's better. Once again, Sha'Carri Richardson is qualified for the Olympics. Richardson competed on Saturday in the 100-meter dash at the U.S. Olympics track trials and finished at 10.7 seconds, making her the fastest woman in the world this year. This officially means that Richardson earned her trip to France, where the Olympics will be held and racing will start on August 2nd. Now, as a background, this is not her first time qualifying to go to the Olympics. Richardson also qualified for the 2020 Summer Olympics with a 100-meter dash time of 10.86 seconds at the trials. Everyone was rooting for her. At the time, it was almost unheard of a runner to have vibrant hair color and nails while competing for the Olympics. Not only were her looks praised and, of course, criticized, but her personality was as well. She owned her greatness. Sponsors were booking her, celebrities were throwing their support behind her, and it seemed like basically the whole world was behind her at one point. She was just that infectious. And then Richardson submitted a urine sample and tested positive for THC, and this changed everything. In response to this, Richardson accepted and completed a 1-month suspension by the United States Anti-Doping Agency, and ultimately was not selected to run in the women's relay race scheduled for August 5th, and she missed the Olympics. Now, Richardson not being selected to represent the United States in the Olympics because of her testing positive for THC was the debate topic for weeks after, with some people saying that times have changed and THC should not be illegal anymore at that time, and that the Olympics were making a mistake. Others said that regardless of the times, the rules are the rules, and they were broken. The World Anti-Doping Agency even conducted a review of why cannabis was a prohibited drug for Olympic athletes, as the agency was responsible for prohibiting the drug since 1999. Now, what was Richardson's response to all of this? Richardson said that she used the drug because she needed help coping with the death of her biological mother, and she needed help coping with the stress surrounding her rise to fame at the Olympic trials. So, what can we all learn from this? Well, a few things. First, actions have consequences. I say this in all of my What Can We Learn videos, but if this was a regular Joe competing in their school's track and fields competition to advance to the next meet and they broke the rules, no one would know about it besides the people in that community that care about track and field. But that was not the case. Sha'Carri Richardson was dynamite, and she still is. It seemed like you couldn't go anywhere, read any article, or turn on the TV without seeing her. The world was in awe of her spark and how she carried herself, all while dominating the U.S. Olympic trials. So to see someone of that magnitude breaking the rules at such a high level, it was heartbreaking to watch. Richardson broke the rules in the public light and received the consequences in the public light as well. Also, sometimes we do things in hopes that no one would ever find out. All of us make decisions behind the scenes that we know are not right, but we believe is helping us along the way to our destination. In this case, the decision to use THC backfired. And what we're about to find out is that Richardson can make it to the Olympics without using THC, meaning she did not have to take that shortcut at all. Even though it was probably helpful for her personal life at the time, at the end of the day, the decision did not pay off, which is sad. The second thing we can learn from this is the sun will come out tomorrow. Yes, Richardson's biological mother sadly passed away before she qualified for the Olympics, and yes, the pressure and spotlight from competing at the trials were probably a lot. Anyone can agree with these two things. And yes, Richardson faced a lot of scrutiny after it was announced she used THC, which she should not have. But amidst all of this, the sun still came out the next day. Sha'Carri Richardson used the next day to work on herself and to get back to where she is today, which is right back where she was 4 years ago, qualifying for the Olympics. A little patience, perseverance, time, and probably a lot of prayer was all that was needed to get her back to her dreams. Which leads to the third point of what we can all learn from Sha'Carri Richardson, and it sort of ties into the second point, which is don't dwell on yesterday. We all know some people that have made a mistake or have had something happen to them in the past in which they can't get over, to the point where they remain stuck in the past, unable to move forward. While yes, this is understandable, At the end of the day, we get to choose whether it consumes our lives or not. After Richardson did not go to the Olympics the first time, a lot of people wrote her off and said that she would never amount to anything. But what did Richardson do? She not only acknowledged and learned from her mistakes of yesterday, but she applied what she learned to make it to the Olympics qualifications again. She could have said, well, I made this mistake and the whole world is against me, so I'm not going to compete anymore. Nope, she chose to compete in races, train, and submitted herself to the 2024 US Olympics trials. And guess what? She qualified again. It goes to show that there is no mistake too big that you can't better yourself from. Now, of course, the way the world receives and or perceives her now versus the first time she tried out for the Olympics is different. And she will always carry her mistakes around with her as she is a public figure. But she kept going. And so far, she is getting what she worked for. Sha'Carri Richardson isn't back. She's better. Overall, Sha'Carri Richardson is a story of resilience, which is the capacity to withstand and recover quickly from difficulties. And that is something that we can all practice in our lives. As always, I want to know what you think. Do you think Richardson will win at the Olympics? Do you think taking shortcuts in life are worth it? Are you happy for her? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for some more Taylor Talks, and see ya!